So this past week in cloud gaming, we're going to take a look at all the latest news from all the major cloud services, and well, it was a good start for the month of September as Stadia saw Shadow Pro drops, more expansion with Ubisoft Plus, a $10 coupon, and indie game sales. We'll check all of those out. Geforce Now has one of its bigger months of the year. Xbox Cloud Gaming drops a couple of titles, and PS Now does something kind of weird for their September lineup, and we'll see what that's all about. All that in this video. Make sure you guys subscribe for future cloud gaming only content. So let's start this off with what was surprisingly a very busy week for Google Stadia as it dropped 3 pro games, and we knew about Wavebreak, A Little Big Workshop, and Darksiders Genesis 2. But 2 games dropped unannounced in Ark Survival Evolved, a game that has launched to some problems, but seems like quite a few of you guys have been enjoying it, and then one of my favorite indie games of the past couple years in Legend of Keepers. Now, if you guys are signed up to Stadia Pro, I honestly could not recommend Legend of Keepers more. It's really a fantastic title, one that took me and others who I've recommended this game to by surprise. But really, Ark Survival Evolved is one that we've all been waiting for, and really this is a game that never really runs well on any system, so nothing changed with the release on Stadia, but it's good to see the release of the game we've all been anticipating. Ubisoft Plus also has dropped for Stadia, and it's finished its expansion now to more countries. It is now available anywhere Stadia is officially supported, but it does come with a kicker that on September 30th, the price for Ubisoft Plus goes up to $17.99 USD. But if you happen to lock in the current price at $14.99, you get to keep it for as long as you keep the subscription. Keep in mind, we have huge hitters of games coming next month in Far Cry 6 and Riders Republic. Both games right now are getting a lot of love, and you guys will want to sign up for Ubisoft Plus and save yourself over $100 buying those games, or at least you can demo those games with Ubisoft Plus before you buy them. Then Rainbow Six Extraction comes in January, so there's plenty of games to look forward to, and I do think even at that $17.99 price tag, it is worth it if you pick and choose when you're subscribed. With that, let's go ahead and quickly top off the rest of the Stadia news. Watch Dogs Legion is currently free to play until the 6th of September. This has been one of my favorite games on Stadia, and I've almost beaten the game. Check it out, it's a good one. The $10 coupon is back for those who have never used it before, so if you're interested, you can literally spend this on any game, including games on sale. Now you can also change your Stadia name, and I'm going to have a link below. Finally, guys, over 20 indie games are on sale, and if you have that coupon, you can actually buy any of these games. With that, my quick ones to recommend on this list are Little Nightmares 1 and 2, Phoenix Point, Sundered, and Spiritfarer. These are some of my favorite indie games on Stadia, and they are currently not on Stadia Pro, I think, and every game I want to say is absolutely worth every penny, so check out those games. So Geforce Now is having a pretty good month this September. It's seeing a lot of day-and-date releases, mostly on awesome indie games, but some of these are excellent AA titles as well. For this week, Geforce Now is seeing the release of Song of Iron. This is a game that almost is like a next-gen like indie game. It's really cool, the visuals are awesome, and it's a game that's been on my radar for actually a few weeks. Pathfinder drops, and also WRC 10 FIA World Rally Championship are the highlights for this week. As for the entire month of September, Geforce Now is seeing the release of Life is Strange True Colors on September 10th. Another game that really stands out as an indie title has to be Kenna Bridge Spirits. I mean, this game's visually stunning. Sable is also another highly anticipated indie title that many have been waiting for a while now. Finally, Lemnis Gate looks like it's pretty dang decent. So overall, I'd say Geforce Now is having a great month and really seeing some excellent titles. Geforce Now will also be seeing Dying Light 2 here in a few months, and I have to say, on a personal level, this is a game, one of my highly most anticipated games of the year. I'm actually hoping to play this at some point, and should be a good one to watch out for when it comes. But again, excellent month for Geforce Now. So Xbox Cloud Gaming has had a relatively quiet week for them, which these days is kind of surprising, seeing the release of just a few games. One is Craftopia. This is a game that was made in Japan. It's a multiplayer survival action game. It's very colorful and looks very interesting. I see some farming elements and some cool stuff. Then a few other games here in Signs of Sojourner, and admittedly a family favorite insurgent simulator franchise with the number 2. I haven't tried this one out, but it does look like it's fascinating, and I want to get in there and give this one a shot as I think this one would be really fun. Again, relatively quiet, but there is a few games here to look forward to in the coming months ahead, and Xbox Cloud Gaming will not always be quiet, so we'll see what they have in store for us here pretty soon. And finally, PS Now revealed what they're doing for the month of September, and boy is it odd. Leaving the service though is a huge game in Witcher 2, which is a big loss, but replacing it is an iconic franchise in Final Fantasy, only they're dropping just one game a month from here until January in regards to these Final Fantasy titles. This September, Final Fantasy VII is coming, and it looks to be the old school version, which is cool. I mean, this is one of the most, at least considered to be one of the best, if not the very best for a lot of people. Would have been more excited though to see if this was the remake instead. Then October, it actually sees my favorite Final Fantasy title in the red-headed stepchild of the entire franchise. That is Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. That's absolutely my favorite. I have beaten a bunch of times. I love that game to death. Then we have Final Fantasy IX in November, and one of my other favorites in Final Fantasy X HD Remaster in December. And finally, to top it off, Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age is in January. So it's really weird not to see multiple games, just one, and then kind of head-scratching, but you know, PlayStation does what PlayStation wants to do. As always, guys, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the clouds.